Guys, we've got major news on some changes that just happened. If you're a first-time home buyer or you're an investor looking for an investment property in this market, this is going to be a video that you do not want to miss. We're going to cover a lot of important information here in this video. So like I said, if you're looking to purchase your first property or you're an investor and you're looking for rental properties, there's going to be some massive changes that you have to know about when it comes to interest rates, down payments, and what type of property you can afford out there in today's world. So with that being said, we're going to jump in my screen here in just a second. But as we do that, guys, my name is Cody Steck, your favorite Utah realtor. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, please reach out to me. If you watch this video and you want some help along this journey of yours to go about that process, I would love to help you. My team and I service the entire state of Utah, and we cannot wait to hear from you as well. Whether you're looking in northern Utah or southern Utah or anywhere in between, we want to be your trusted real estate resource of choice. My information is here on the screen. Please reach out to me and let's have a conversation about what makes the most sense for you in your situation. So with that being said, let's jump in my screen here and take a look at this information. So this is a program that is part of Mountain America Credit Union. Now, this is actually a credit union that I've worked with extensively. I have personal loans with them on my rental properties. In fact, I've got 4 different rental property loans that are exactly like this that I've used. I think there's a really good benefit to using a loan like this. So we're going to go through this email here that I received today and show you some of the changes that are coming about from what Mountain America can offer you. As we jump into this, guys, first off, we're going to talk about the first-time homebuyer programs. They have a 40-year option as well as a 30-year option. And then later on in the video, if you want to skip ahead, you're interested in the investment program, you can skip ahead in the video. We'll have the chapters down below where you can skip ahead where we talk about the investment program. Now, I actually am a huge fan of the investment program. Like I said, I've got 4 loans like this myself on my rental properties, and I think this is something that everybody should be looking at if they're trying to buy a property in today's market. So with that being said, it says, hey, I've got great news on some of our portfolio programs that I wanted to update you with. Now, the important thing here is that this is a portfolio program. So this is something that only Mountain America can offer you. This is not something you'll find at Zions Bank or Chase Bank or Wells Fargo or any of the other mortgage brokers out there. This is strictly a Mountain America product, and that's why they're able to offer these types of options for you. Our rates on our first-time homebuyer loans dropped dramatically today. Here's where they're at. These rates do not always fluctuate day to day. Sometimes they can just set the rate and say, here's what the rate is for this. In this case, they actually dropped the rate substantially because they felt like the outlook on the market was looking much better than it was just a couple of months ago. And that's why they've made these changes. So these guys actually have a 40-year amortization on a first-time home buyer program. So rather than having a fixed 30-year loan program, you've got 40 years, which basically drops your payment, right? Because you're taking the total loan amount that you're going to borrow and you're spreading that out over 40 years rather than 30 years. So yes, that does mean you're going to make more interest payments over the life of the loan if you were to hold it for that long. However, because you're stretching it out over a longer period of time, you're also bringing down that monthly payment. So if you're in a position where you're thinking, hey, I just need to get my monthly payment down so I can afford something today, this could be a good option for you. If you know you're going to be in a position where you can afford more in the future as you progress through your career or as you potentially maybe get married or you move in with a family member or something like that, this could be a great way to get just started in the market at this point. Now, there's some benefits to this program that also go beyond that, because I know there's going to be people who watch this video and say, oh, great, yeah, you're just stretching out the loan. This is not a good thing. This is not a financially smart decision. But I actually have to disagree. I think there's situations where this could make sense if you're in a position for, maximizing this program. Some of the things I want to point out here is that there's no money down and there's no private mortgage insurance on this program. Like I said already, it's a 40-year amortization, and they do have a 15-year balloon. So let me explain some of these things. No money down, I think that's a little bit standard. That's a little bit simple for people to understand. This basically means you could purchase or get into this loan program with no money out of pocket. There are going to be some closing costs that you have to pay, or at least have to be paid by the seller. But as far as a down payment, you do not have to pay any money towards the loan or towards the purchase price to put skin in the game, for instance. There's also going to be no PMI on this loan. So typically, if you're in a position where you do less than 20% of the purchase price as a down payment, you're going to have to pay an additional fee called PMI. This is private mortgage insurance. It's an additional fee that goes on top of your monthly payment that you have to pay. Almost every single loan out there, a conventional loan or an FHA loan, they're going to have these types of fees on there. However, this one doesn't. So again, that's going to bring your payment down even further. Now, here's the kicker with this 40-year loan. With this 40-year loan, it is amortized or spread out over 40 years, but they have a 15-year balloon. Basically what this means is that within 15 years, that loan has to be paid off or refinanced. So you either have to sell the home or refinance it into a different loan. Now, the reason why they do this is because they don't want to lend you this money and then have it sit there in that home for 40 years, right? The bank wants to get paid back a little bit sooner than that to increase the return that they're earning on that money. So yes, you do have to do that, but 15 years is a long time. You know, the average time for somebody to stay in a home right now is about 7 to 8 years, and that's average, right? Lots of people are moving much quicker than that, especially if you're in the beginning stages of life. Maybe you're, let's say you're like you're 25 or 30 years old or whatever, looking to buy your first home. There's a very small chance you're actually going to probably live in that home for the next 15 years. Maybe you will, maybe you won't, but in 15 years you're going to have to refinance or pay it off or do something different. But I think for most people, they really shouldn't worry about that because they're going to make some life changes during that time anyway. So let's move on a little bit here. We're going to talk about the investment rate, the investment option in just a second here. But the rate on this program was at 7.875%, but it's now down to 6.875%. If we actually pull this up and go to Mortgage News Daily, let's take a look at where interest rates are today. We had a huge drop just today. We fell from, we were at 8% over here at the end of October, 8%, and now we've fallen all the way to about 7.13% as of today. So rates have come down across the board, but on this particular program, it dropped from 7.875 to 6.875. So we're actually below the standard interest rate out there in the market right now. There's a quick payment comparison right here. We're not going to run through that in depth here, but I guess I will point out this. The Mountain America 40-year first-time homebuyer loan program on a $450,000 home, your payment would be roughly $3,000. Now there is going to be $12,000 in closing costs and prepaids. This is prepaid insurance and prepaid taxes that you have to pay. But comparing it to a traditional, let's say FHA loan, or let's do the 5% down conventional loan with a 6.625% rate, your payment would be roughly $31.22, and your total cash to close would be $32,600 plus closing costs. So for this particular loan right here, you're looking at roughly $40,000 to $50,000 out of pocket to get this loan program right here. And you're also going to be paying an additional $125 a month for that loan. So not only do you have to pay money out of pocket, but now you're also paying more monthly. So you do pay off the loan a little bit quicker with the lower interest rate and the shorter time frame, but ultimately it's costing you a lot more upfront. So again, I should say that this option is not going to be a fit for everybody. Of course, I'm not recommending this product to everybody out there, but there are going to be certain people that could really benefit from this. If you're trying to get into a home, you don't have any money saved up for a down payment right now, this could be a great option to compare to. That being said, we've talked about the 40-year first-time homebuyer program. We also have a 30-year fixed first-time homebuyer program, which is more of a traditional type loan that you'd be getting if you got an FHA loan or 5% down, but it's also no money down and there's no PMI. So you can do 100% financing and you don't have to pay that mortgage insurance. The rate on this dropped from 7.875 to 7.125% today. The payment on a $450,000 home on this would be $3,275 per month, including, this is PITI, which includes the principal, the interest on the loan, as well as taxes and insurance on that property. So the payment is higher, but that's because you're not spreading it out over a longer amount of time. So that kind of covers the first-time homebuyer program. Let's actually jump over here and talk a little bit about the investment program that is also up for grabs here. All right, now let's talk about the investment program that they have. This says also we have our investment program that was requiring 15% down at an 8.25% rate, and now today the investment product has returned to 10% down only with a 7.125% rate and no PMI. So again, usually if you do less than 20% down, you have to pay the PMI. With most investment loans, you're going to be at least 20 to 25% down from most lenders, so you wouldn't have that PMI to worry about anyway. But they're just stating the fact that, hey, even though you're doing less than 20% down here, you still don't have to pay that PMI. So this is going from 15% and 8.25% to 10% down with 7.125% on the interest rate. So they're lowering the down payment threshold that you need, as well as dropping that interest rate by over a full percentage point, which will really help out on your payments and help you get a better return on the properties that are out there. This can be used on a single family residence. It can be used on a duplex, a triplex, or a fourplex. So this is a huge opportunity for a multifamily to be able to buy a fourplex or a duplex or something else with 10% down rather than 25% down, and still have a very competitive loan rate. So again, I'm a huge fan of this. I think this is a great opportunity. If you're looking for investment loans out there in the market today, this is absolutely by far one of the best programs you're going to find. If you find something better than this, please let me know, because I'm talking to these guys every single day. I'm looking for options. And unless you get like seller financing or something special like that, you are not going to find a better option than what Mountain America is offering right here today. So if you're in the market, you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, please reach out to me, call, text, or email anytime. I love hearing from you guys, and I cannot wait to hear from you. I'd love to help you purchase your first property or purchase your first investment home. I want to be your trusted real estate resource of choice and help you through that process. So my information's here on the screen. Call, text, or email anytime. I've had hundreds of people reach out from videos just like this, and I can't wait to hear from you so we can have a discussion about what makes the most sense for you and your family and your financial bottom line. With that said, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.